Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Paula. I am a new grad trauma ICU nurse, a single mommy to one baby girl, and I am currently tackling over $70,000 of debt. I don't have a car loan, no mortgage, just a whole lot of credit card debt for the most part. Today we are going to be cash stuffing my paycheck and using every extra dollar to crush that 20K or so worth of credit card debt. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Alrighty, so the first thing that we're gonna do, like always, we're gonna go ahead and count our paycheck. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bring my envelope over here, turn our calculator on, open this up. Alrighty, and then we will start with our 100s. So we have 100 to 300. So I'm gonna put 300. We have our 50s here. We have 50, 100, 50, 200, 50, 300. 300. We have some 20s. We have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80. So plus 180. We have some 10s. We have 10, 20, 30, 40. Plus 40. And then we have some 5s. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 55. All right, plus 55. So that leaves us with a total of $875 that we will be cash stuffing today. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Put this back down. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my cash envelope binder, which is the first thing that I stuff every week. So here we are. This is mainly my monthly / weekly type of expenses that I have. So let's go ahead and get in here. Alrighty, so first things first, we have gas. Let me see if we do have some money left over. I was telling you guys last week that I was going to go pick Honora up from her grandparents' house in Georgia, and yes, she clearly got back into the swing of things really quick, but it was good. It was a nice little break for her and them. I asked them if she had got a little rowdy, and she was like, yeah, she did a little bit. You know, she's, you know, her Honora little attitude that she has, but it was good overall, so that was great. So let's go ahead and calculate how much we have left over. I put 60 in here, I believe, so this is what we have left over from 60. So we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. All right, so we'll just add those right there and we'll come back to those. So for gas this week, we are breaking it all the way back down to our usual 30. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a 20. And then I'm gonna get a 10 just so it can equal a nice 30. We are getting back into the swing of things, getting back into our normal routine. So normally, weekly, I spend around $20 to $25 in gas. Now that price is going down a little bit. Next, we have baby girl. So this is going to be Honora's daycare fund. There is nothing left over in here. So this week, we are going to be adding $215, and I'm gonna do that with 450s. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put these right here, and then I'm gonna grab a 10, and then I'm gonna grab a 5. So we have 50, 100, 50, 200, 210, 215, which is perfect. Honora's daycare is about $340 a week. I recently went over my benefits and I did the daycare account. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The daycare spending account where they take out pre-taxed money and they put it toward a daycare account for your child or eligible dependent. And then you can pay like eligible daycare expenses with that money. So I went ahead and did that, like the full amount. I think it's about $5,000 a year. So I went ahead and did that. That has started to come out of my paycheck. That's why this paycheck seems like a little bit lower, because all of my deductions have started to come out. I am waiting on the card though, so that I can start paying her daycare from that. I think right now it's taking maybe 300 or 400 something dollars out, just because it's trying to condense the 5,000 that you can take out yearly into about the last 5 months of the year, since I started working halfway through the year, and getting full benefits. So I'm waiting to get that and figuring out how I can shift my budget a little bit, because soon I don't think we will need a full 215, maybe not, because it's only 5,000 out of about the 15,000 that I spend a year on her daycare. So we'll have to maneuver that a little bit later, but as of right now it's gonna still get the 215, just so we don't miss anything in the meantime. So moving on, we have wellness. I will not be putting anything in wellness this week. We have spa, and I'm not putting anything in spa. Like I said, this week is a regular schmegular week for us. And with that being said, I would love to know, I'm super curious, like when life gets busy for you guys, do you usually catch up on everything at once or pick and choose? Like, what's the one expense you always push off the longest when you're getting back into the swing of things? So next we have restaurants, and restaurants is also not getting anything. We do have necessities this week, and necessities is getting some money. It's gonna get $60, and I'm gonna do that with 320s. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So this is going to be $60 that we are going to be putting towards necessities. My car, on our little road trip going to Tifton, Georgia to pick up my daughter, my car Theo hit over 100,000 miles, and he is like 1,000 or 2 miles overdue for oil change. So because he's getting a little bit older, he's about 6 years old now, I want to really make sure that I'm keeping up on his upkeep and not playing games with him, just because I don't want him cutting out on me no time soon. He is fully paid off. Like, girl, I am not trying to worry about nothing with Theo. So I'm gonna put 60 towards that. I have this little discount code from the local high school. You know how they do fundraisers and they partner with businesses around the area. So I have a little discount for this local like auto body shop. It's not really local actually, it may be like regional. And then it's like half price for a full price service or something like that. Or I think I have 2 from them. One's a half off, and then one's like $20 off, or maybe 20% off. I don't exactly remember. But with that being said, Theo doesn't usually take the most expensive oil. I don't feel like it runs too much more different. So whatever I can afford with the $60 is the oil change that Theo is going to get. Okay, so that is what we're going to do for necessities. But like I said, what is that one thing that you guys always push off the longest? And when you get back into the swing of things, when you're running errands and trying to catch up on things that you usually have to pay for, do you catch up on everything at once, or do you just like pick and choose here and there? Like I said, I'm doing some car maintenance right now. I don't usually do car maintenance, but like I said, we're over 100,000 miles, so I want to make sure I'm taking care of Theo. Okay, so anyways, on the back of here I have a lot of change, because you guys know that, oh wait, hold on, I should have some money left over in restaurants. Yeah, we have some money left over in restaurants right here. Because I was like, hold on, I know I did not spend the full $100 that I put in here last week. So yes, we have $22 left over from restaurants from last week. Also, we went to a barbecue joint. It was absolutely amazing. The best barbecue sauce I've ever had. And then I got some ribs. I got a half rack of ribs for $18. They were gigantic, which was insane. Sorry to all my vegans and vegetarians, but they were like this big, and they gave me like 6 of them. I'm like, what is happening? This is not a Florida rib. I don't know what's going on right now, please. So yeah, it was insane. But yeah, nothing in restaurants this week, but we did have $22 left over, and that was literally my food, my mom's food, and then I got a little plate for Honora. Everything was like, I think maybe 80 with tip or something like that. I don't exactly remember, but yeah, it was something like that. It was really, really a good deal. But with that being said, I do have some coins in here. We have a lot of coins this week from when we went to the gas literally 2 times. And then I didn't get any change back from the restaurant. I think this is all from gas. So these are our coins left. It was so crazy because we came back and I was like, okay, cool. I think we can make it there and back literally off of one tank, filling up before we even left. So I was like, okay, cool. On our way back, we had like maybe 280 miles and the ride was like 200 miles. So I was like, okay, great. I'm not even gonna stop to get gas because, you know, this is a little questionable area. Like, if we're being for real, y'all know, if you know, you know, it's a little questionable, you know, anywhere in Georgia. Can be, you know, Georgia, Florida, y'all know what I'm talking about. So I was like, I really don't want to stop for any gas at any, you know, crazy looking place. So I was like, we're just gonna wait and get gas at the Buggies, I guess, when we get back home. But I was like, I really don't feel like getting gas when I get back home, so I forgoed the gas. And by the time I got gas, which was like a day or two later, because I had a couple other errands to run and I just did not, like, I try to get gas at my Buc-ee's because it is the best price in the area. I'm not gonna play with that. I need the best price. So I was like, okay, no, I'm just gonna wait. And I think by the time I got to the gas station, I had like 8 miles left in my range. Like, Theo was really running on E, and that is the disrespect that I'm talking about. I need to make sure that his oil is good and his gas is in the tank, and anything else that he needs, I need to stop playing on his top for real. Okay, I need to just do better. So anyways, we have a lot of change here. As you can see, I feel like there's already like $1 or $2 in here of change, just because of what Theo took in gas and how I can kind of like differ. But yeah, so I definitely feel like I need to be respecting my car a little bit more. He is tried and true. He has never done me dirty for real. So I need to get better with that and not letting him run on E. So I'm gonna try my best to just keep up with all of his things. So anyways, I'm gonna close this up. This is all of my weekly / monthly like broken up expenses. So let's go ahead and move on. We are going to be moving on to this binder right here, which is my long-term savings / sinking funds binder. We have my first envelope in here, which is debt. That is my main priority right now, as you guys know. So we are going to be calculating all the money that we have left over, and this is the money that will be going to debt this week for our debt payment. So let's go ahead and turn our calculator on and let's get to counting. So we're gonna start with the 100s. So we have $1 to $300. So we have 300. We have some 50s here. We have just 2 50s. So we're gonna add 100. And then we have some 20s. So we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. So plus 120. We have some 10s here. Alrighty, so we have 1 and 2 10s. Did I add that? Okay, perfect. Added the 120. So we're gonna add our $20 from the 10s. We have some 5s. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. So plus 60. And then we have 1s as well. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and $6 left in 1s. So we're gonna plus 6 equals $606 is going to be our official debt payment for this week. It's a lot less than the last 2 weeks, but my paycheck is starting to kind of level out. This one did not have a bonus in it, but it takes out my benefits, my new benefits as well. So it is what it is, girl. Like I said, I'm happy to be getting paid. I'm happy to have a full-time job at this point. It is what it is, okay? That's how we're going about things. So anyways, 606 is our payment for this week. So here is my debt tracker. And so I think for 606, we have like all of this space here. So I think I'm just gonna divide this into however many numbers I can, and we're just gonna go with that. But I am gonna do that off camera so I don't, you know, keep you guys too long this week. But yes, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, answer my question down in the chat. Like I said, once you start getting back to normal weeks, coming off of a more chaotic type of week or different week for you, what are your main like expenses? What do you usually hold off the longest? And yes, I would love to hear from you guys and see what's really going on. You guys know I love to chat, and I will see you guys next week. Alrighty, bye bye.